Yeah. Okay.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Mike's front forward. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. SOS.
Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
60 or 80 weapons.
A carry for Bryce Love, the 4th rounder from Stanford. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator.
That's right, baby.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Love. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Check 4, check 4. Hey, check 24.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Our first update now comes from Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Geis with the carry on second down. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Third down, here's Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is fielded at the 7. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. That's caught. It's the rookie Deebo Samuel. A gain there of 21 yards. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. They'll run here with John Kelly. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Second and 4. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, here's Love. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Redskins.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the screen, defense.
2nd and 11. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, it's Love. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Love. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll run the option right here on first down. Here's Love. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
He'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Here we go, here we go. 15, Ronnie. 15, Ronnie. Watch twist. Showing up. Shoot.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They're going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dee Ford. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On play action, Haskins. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And now it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Bring it. Bring it.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll field this at the 5. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll set up to throw. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the...
It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead. So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down coming off that great performance, NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But long touchdown run there, nobody was stopping it. Yeah, good luck for that because that was an explosive run. You know, in the NFL, they describe that as any run over 10 yards. Some teams say 15. He went over 20-plus on that one. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD. Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Mullins now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there. Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right? It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space. He rifles one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty. They start on the ground with Geis. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone. And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set
and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
At their own 36-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was trying to get that to Bryce Love out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So we've reached halftime here in what we saw to be a very competitive first half. 8-7, just a 1-point game at intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game-changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Love. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
First down, 49ers.
Ready.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
64,
Shotgun handoff now for Love. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down now, it's Kelly. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready, ready. 90, Wolf.
53, Mike 53.
You must be back.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Ready, break.
53 is the mic. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
2.
On play action, they'll throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Troy Apke. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown.
What you just saw there, First-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll look to throw here on first down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run the counter. Love. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
That's a 46-yard
Come on, set. 30 base.
Mike, watch the pass.
Ready.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Kendrick Bourne, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise. To me, that's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
This is Geis. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. It's Geis on the counter. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 61. Max box. Save.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Out to the left here to Reed. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
That's another Washington Redskins.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the fourth.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Gotta do better.
On first down, this is Geis. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go. Here we go. Off. Check 13. Check Bill. He's coming. We got double up. No. Off.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Fred Warner coming off a strong rookie year in on the stop for the Niners.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Mike's 54.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown,
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Looking to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Banjo.
Shotgun handoff down to Geis. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. You go to the left because I'm about to take you to school. Mike's 57. 57's mic. I got you, punk.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Right. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen. Hop up. Wide. Get wide.
They'll try and get it with Geis. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now a handoff, Geis going right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Out of the gun, Geis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Let's go. Go to base. 54 Mike. You got nothing to rest. 56.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
Haskins' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Niners
We
take
got
over
this.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Let's go. 15, Ronnie. 15 line.
53, Mike 53. Who that? Who that? He's cracked.
Recon, 132 fighter. Big grip. Big grip.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Redskins 35, 49ers 15.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because...
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Obviously, that has declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the points, and you're going to get the ball back.
And this will be taken at the 13.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
Set, hop, 6 yard. Double time. 3 down. Let it go.
Haskins down to a knee, and his guys about to come away victorious. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Washington, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.